Nathan, your final pre-season game before the Championship starts next week. Your thoughts on that 90 minutes against tough opposition?
I'm a bit disappointed really, because I felt it was just had all the hallmarks of just an easy pre-season game. I didn't feel I think when we played with aggression, we looked a really good side. We started brilliantly for 10 minutes, should have been 1 up, and then we just didn't. Then we just went easy, and then there's it's been so much disruption this pre-season that you've had a little makeshift, in terms of what we've had to do, and especially the defensive sort of centre-half partnerships and stuff. But it just had an easy sort of feel to it. Both sides, I think, conceded so many chances. It could have been 5-all, in terms of the amount of chances that both sides had. And then they showed a little bit more quality than we did in the final third. I thought the referee. I've been the referee because no one's going to lose their job, no one's going to lose points over today, but there was 2 big decisions in it that effectively took the sting out of the game. And then once they scored the third, it was just like an easy walkabout really, and we didn't want that to happen. And he got a big decision wrong, and then he also got the pen wrong, which was I couldn't believe it. I've spoke to him, I've showed him, and he agrees, but it's just one of those things. But look, it's a good test, because these are real good football inside, and we showed that we can cause the team problems, but we've got to do the basics better. But look, as I said, once we have a little bit more, once we're back in and we're going week to week in terms of stuff, but at the minute it's just been so disjointed the last sort of two and a half weeks that we've just got to make sure that we get to Monday and reevaluate, see who we got, and move from there.
You talk about the disruption then, is that niggles, COVID?
It's a bit of everything really, but the majority of it is what we don't talk about, what people don't talk about. It's affecting everyone, but it affects us, and we've got to stick to protocols and so on. But it's been so disjointed. We've got three centre halves out. We've had to play Gabby in there, Peter Chioso today, Glenn in there, and things, because we've been decimated in that area. Others, like pretty much all the ones I brought on, are hardly trained, so it's really been disjointed. But look, it's a good run. Let's be positive. It's a good run out. It's a real good test. So we'll look at it and we'll see, what we need to. And I think at times we looked a real good side when we stepped it. It's just as soon as we stepped the tempo, we had chance, and then they had a sucker punch, and that's why we have to do the basics better.
Because there was a chance, wasn't it, before the first goal, a great run from Elijah Adebayo to set up Harry. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get a strong enough shot away to beat the keeper.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do. And stuff. But look, when against Portsmouth last week, I think Portsmouth had 1 chance, and we drew the game 1-1 because one, we didn't do the basics well enough to keep it a clean sheet, and then we were totally dominant in terms of our 4, 5, 6 chances and didn't take them. So both sides have to improve slightly. But I'm really disappointed with the fact that today's goals, because it could have been, we lost 2 headers, bouncing little balls that we weren't aggressive enough, front-footed enough, and that cost us, because we were really in the ascendancy of 2-1. But once we went 3-1, the last half an hour for me it wasn't quite a waste of time, but it was just easy pre-season and things. I didn't want that, and I felt that, look, the ref and linesman could have done better with those situations.
Harry took a cool finish though, didn't he, just before the break, albeit a defensive error, but good for him to get the one-on-one and beat an international keeper.
Well, I think, to be honest with you, both sides were, without speaking badly of Brighton, there was so many chances. No one, I don't think defending was high on anyone's agenda today, and that's a frustrating thing. And they, being a Premier League side with the things they have at their disposal, will invariably have slightly more quality than us, and they showed that with the goals they took. I mean, I think we had more clear-cut chances than they did. Connolly was a clear-cut chance, but the other 2, we've had to do a hell of a lot. He's had to get a great connection from outside the box. Then we were 2v1, and he managed to get that and finish. We've had better opportunities than them, but they have their real quality, and credit to them. And it's a good test for that. And I'd rather us put in that type of defensive performance this week with a week to go than do it next week.
And your squad that were picked today all got a run out, didn't there? There was a lot of minutes for a lot of players out there.
Yeah, and we didn't really like that, really, because we need people to get 90s, but if we just concentrate on 11 getting 90, then the others are so far behind that's the issue. It's been really disjointed, but we've got to a place. We've got another week now to work them, get real work into them, and then we start next week.
Dan Potts injury, anything to be said?
Well, we'll have to evaluate that, but it looked like sort of a little hamstring thing. He's done big minutes as well, again because of Amari Bell's inclusion in the Gold Cup and things. So all these things, have meant it's been totally disjointed. The Euros, people come back late. Who puts a tournament? It's obviously an intercontinental tournament that no one really goes on English times or British time things. Start a tournament in July for me is just sheer bonkers. But who am I to think that? And that's where it is. So look, it's been a lot of disjointing in it. Credit to Brighton. Brighton were excellent in terms of they showed they were a good Premier League side. They are. And then for us, things to work on. But we'll have to put those right before the league starts.
Gave Reece Hutchinson an opportunity to get some minutes. What's the situation with him?
Well, we've had a little look at him, and in with Amari's been away, really, rather than keep. We've needed it because of that situation. I think so. We've had a real good look at him and so on. And look, he's not ready for us yet in terms of that, but we never know. So look, we'll just keep monitoring that. And as I said, but it'd be good now because I'm glad pre-season's kind of over now. So now we can concentrate on just preparing, a team to win games in league and cup and so on. Because as I said, with what we've had at the minute, it's been a frustrating couple of weeks.